Right.
You got on Tim's, bro. Act like it.
My guy. I like that. Hell yeah.
You gotta keep that in there. That gotta be one of those. That gotta be one of the outtakes. When you promoting it, man, you gotta keep that.
Ever since a little shorty, I've been clutching 40s. When they putting on for my name, now they can't ignore me. I was playing with a check and you ain't get it for me. They hated on me in my set, that's a different story. Never ratted on my brothers, wasn't fucking with they stunt. Even though she feeling me.
Welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Shola. Yes, my name is Shola. I know I was going by Shola before, but now moving forward, I am going by Shola. And today I am with. You want to go by Reggie or Riot?
Let's do Reggie for
Let's go Reggie for today. Reggie's in the building. And my guy Kwaku. How you doing, guys? What's popping?
It's good, man.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all know why we here. Thank you guys for the first episode of the year for me.
This is
You know
special.
and I appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I haven't seen Kwaku in years.
It's been a grip.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look.
It's been a
Listen,
grip.
it's been a grip. Like when
I mean, from outside of today?
man, it's been years.
We spoke a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But since then, we haven't seen each other for a while.
And before then, years.
Oh,
I want to say like in our 20s.
Yes.
I saw like
Actually, no. You came to Afro Bounce. My birth. No, I don't know if you came to the
over
birthday
at
party.
when you had the food, the jollof rice.
Wonder Bar,
You were serving the Ghanaian jollof rice.
Exactly.
That wasn't last year.
That was 2018.
See?
So it's been about
2 years.
3 years.
3 years? Oh, 21. You're right. Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. So
This
it's
is
been
great.
a lot has happened since then.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Shit be.
Wow.
But we're also not in like we have mutual friends.
Yes.
But also what we do is completely different.
Definitely.
Our lifestyles are very different.
Okay,
so
okay.
that's you know what I'm saying. So
Of
that's
course.
what it is. But we've always had respect for each other. You know what I'm saying?
course.
We fuck with each other. So when he called me about starting a podcast, I was like, oh, that's dope. And just so everybody knows what we're talking about is what we're going to talk about today, being a modern day dad. You know what I'm saying? Black dads at that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
Black dad, you gotta put it in.
black dads. Let them know because we all grew up differently. He and I are African. You are just black or
African-American.
African American.
Yeah.
You're black for real?
Yeah, I'm.
I gotta ask now for some reason.
No, you
It's
do.
weird.
No, you know it's not weird. You do, bro, because it was kind of weird when I get that question asked to me, I'll be like, I'm straight nigga.
Like yo, I got slaves over here. Like that's my
bro,
nigga.
that's how I was. You see how Paul about to be like when you asked me, I was like, nah, I'm straight nigga. But it's like, bro, people have different heritages and that they don't know. Like what's popping now?
The Haitians are Zoes.
That ethnicity is popping. I'm saying like when you do the DNA.
Niggas is looking for that lifeline.
Yeah, Ancestry. So that's popping right now, right? Because everybody
wants to know who they are.
Yeah, bro. So
we don't have that problem.
Right.
Which is also why we keep our heads up a little bit.
I was about to say, which is a great thing. Yeah. Which is a great because when you don't have that, you kind of you're like kind of lost.
That's very true.
True.
And
you can be you can be lost to it.
Yeah, you can be, but if in the essence of you're going through what you're going through, certain people have these emotions that they have and don't understand like why I feel like this or like, yo, as you get older, it's like, yo, what my mom's went through or what my dad went through.
Hell yeah.
Like, why when you become a parent,
it
really hits home. You're like, yo, hold up.
Shit is crazy.
It gives you a sense of origin, honestly, because I feel like when you, like for me, knowing that I am Ghanaian and I do have that background, I'm able to then understand why my parents did what they did, why the culture is the way it is, why the way I am the way I am. But then when I look at some other people that may not understand their origin, it may be different to them. They don't understand why they are the way they are, why things the way it is, and it's just it's a lot deeper than just I'm here. This is why.
Yeah, that was my point. That's what
that
was what I was trying to say.
It's crazy because you guys speaking on the fact of background. You know what I'm saying, being African and then seeing your culture, also African American culture, you're like you get lost a little bit because you're like. Before you became parents, you didn't really care too much. You was like, whatever, I'm just here. Yeah, but now you have kids and you're just like, hold on, I gotta pass something on.
Yeah, because you see the traits. You see like what your kids is going through as they growing up and different, I I love the word aesthetics and different feelings and emotions and questions, and you're like, yo, where this coming from?
Exactly. So before we move forward, right? How many kids do you have, Kwaku?
So I have 2. Me and my girl, we have one biologically, a daughter, and then my girl has one that she brought through from a previous relationship. But we have 2 kids.
Okay, we're gonna get to that because that's serious.
Real one.
I'm kind of like, okay, a little slighter, more respect, a little bit because of that one not being
it
you gotta give it. You gotta
definitely
that's
changed
different
and has shaped a lot of things.
Yeah,
especially with me being a man and me being a father.
Exactly. That's a major respect. That's hard. That's major respect.
Hell yeah.
Reggie?
I'm married with a son, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been married for 6 years now. My son 4.
Yep.
He's on a autism spectrum.
Okay.
So that comes with
his own challenges.
Yeah, with his own challenges.
And that's
but I'm one and done, bro. Like
for real?
Nigga, since I was like 10, 11, and you know, women, they be like, oh, they always grow up looking for the picket fence and the marriage and the TV shit. And men, we always go, I want to have a son. I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong. I'm just saying that's just, we 90s babies, bro. I grew up in 88. I can't say I'm an 80s baby. I'm a 90s baby, bro. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I do sometimes be like, I'm an 80s nigga. Yeah, but it's like, nigga, what did you know in that? It was an 88. So,
it was 3 years old. We didn't know nothing. You're right.
So, we got grown up on certain principles and, I always wanted a son, bro.
Okay, so you got it out the way. You were like, I'm done.
I was like, yo, I want a son, and if I get a son, that's it. I'm one and done. Damn. I'm done. I don't want no more.
Really?
And because the way I look at companionship and community and like just like a bond, my wife, I've been trying to have kids forever, bro.
So you were lucky with this one.
My wife finally birthed my son, and it was like, I feel like I'm betraying her if I go out and have more kids, bro.
Oh, you can have more with her, unless you can't.
No, I don't want to have no more, period.
I feel you. Hey, man, I got a vasectomy, so I know.
Really?
Hell yeah,
Yes, he did. I went through this shit with him.
I'm done. I'm done, bro. I got 3. I got two daughters and a son. When I got my son, I was like, yo, I'm out. I got it.
Why did you choose that route?
I don't want no more kids. Nah, bro, listen.
You want a chance at
Listen, not even that. It's just financially, it's just a headache, bro. And my kids are kind of grown. Like, I got a 10-year-old and I got a 7-year-old and I got a 5-year-old.
Right.
Why would I want to go through the baby phase again?
Okay.
I'm not going through that. Because all right, I work, my wife stays home. Not by choice, but because of the situation of life.
We're going to get to that.
I'm saying daycare is, if she's working, she's just paying for daycare.
Yeah.
So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes are like, yo, your wife don't work. And I'm like, listen, you don't have kids yet to understand what this, you know what I'm saying? Now a couple of my friends all have kids and they're like, yo, bro, I didn't even understand. I'm like, I know. That's why I ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like, you say you have two daughters, right?
No, we have a son.
You have a son. Is it, which one's your biological son?
I have a daughter.
Okay.
We have a daughter together.
Yes, sir.
And then she has a son.
She has a son.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to tackle the hard one first.
Okay.
When you found out you were coming into the relationship with her already having a child, what did that do for you?
It really didn't do anything. I mean, she was a dope person. She is a dope person. And when I met her, it was just like, all right, you're a dope person. You got a son. Cool. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure out how it works for us. If this is something that we really want to do, obviously, there's a little bit more seriousness because knowing that you have a son, I'm not gonna go into this and play around with you. You know what I'm saying? Because
you made that choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like, all right, if we just figure out if this is what we want to do, and if we figured out this is what we want to do, then we can move forward and plan our future from there.
Right.
Nice. But it wasn't anything difficult. I think the most difficult thing was when it comes to like my family or my parents and being like, all right, well,
our background.
Now I'm dating a woman with a child. You know what I'm saying?
That back talk is crazy
because you come from an African background.
Yep.
It's like I know for me, coming from an African background,
what are you?
Say
your nationality.
So I'm from Ghana.
Yep.
West Africa. So when you're coming home, I was single, eligible bachelor, handsome, job in the financial services. So it's like I feel like I was a prime catch. So coming home to my parents, my mother and my father, just telling them, all right, I met a girl, she has a son. They're just like, all right, well, why would you go out and meet a girl with a son when you can go out and meet
somebody
without?
Yeah.
You know, so I think that was just the hardest part, just getting them comfortable.
Culture shock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Getting them comfortable with it. But my mother, I love my mother to death. She's super understanding. Like, my mother is like, she's old school, but she is super modern as well. So she understands that even though I'm African, I'm still super westernized. You know what I'm saying? I'm super Americanized.
Okay.
You know, I'm not like the other Ghanaian guys that are, they go by their culture super hard. I was born in London and I moved here in 95. So it's like
you're American.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're American.
I'm more American. I would be more American than I am Ghanaian.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Even though the Ghanaian blood runs through me,
yeah,
but even though I respect the culture, but as far as culture-wise, I relate more to the American side.
Yeah.
So my mother, she was super understanding. She was just like, yo, if this is what you want to do and you understand it, then, you know, I'm all good with it. My pops, my pops is more old school.
Yeah.
You know, so he was just like, he pressed me a little bit more. But my father also understands because he has a son from previous relationship as well before he met my mother. So I think that helped us connect and him understand.
Yeah, that's
all right,
huge.
well, if you love this girl and this is exactly what you want to do, then make sure that you move forward.
You're an asterisk. You know that, right?
And it told me like y'all stories it helps me a lot to understand, like, you know, different cultures and different walks of life, because out here, I mean, in America, you know, you tell your moms, I mean, certain upbringings, you tell your moms like, yo, you know, I'm about to have a kid, you know, she got a kid with somebody else. She ain't really, your moms ain't really
sweating.
It doesn't sweat. It's whatever.
It's like, all right, you better take care of the kid, like, you better be there as a dad, and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, yo, I told you before this started, like, it makes you more of an all-around, you understand, an all-around person, bro. Like, being from where you went to London, then being here, and it just, you the same, bro. Going back in your childhood to be somewhere, I mean, in your country, in your home, and then coming back here, bro, we don't experience that.
Yeah, and that's honestly, like, for me, the fact that you guys had, like, real, I don't want to say good parents better than mine, but at least your parents were in tune with you. My parents were never in tune with me. Like,
mine was never,
you know what I'm saying? Never in tune, never understood each other. It was always like, you know, like a pull. Something was always like, we would
That's
never.
what we do have in common, though.
We always butted heads.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like the black sheep of my family. So when I had my kid, they didn't meet my wife now. She wasn't even my girl back then. Right? They didn't meet her till she was 8 months pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I just showed up. I was like, yeah, let's go to dinner. I introduced you to Shorty. You know what I'm saying? And I introduced him to Shorty. So
they getting slapped in the face with it, like,
you know what I mean? Like, yo, because we didn't have a relationship for me to care about them knowing.
Who?
My parents. Like, me and them didn't have a relationship for me to be like, I did that as a courtesy to me.
I understand.
Like, I did that as a courtesy, like, all right, cool, I'll let you know.
That's it. Have to let you know.
Yeah.
We learn more than what they know from in their time.
Exactly.
Like, so it's like, yo, let me.
And we didn't have that. We didn't have the rapport. Like,
why should not have that?
Why should I let you know I have a kid?
Right.
But I was like, all right, if I'm having a kid, because I was a Jehovah's Witness at the time, I had to let him know because I had to get out of the religion.
But would you let him know? Period.
Yeah. I would have. I just would have told him. I would have told him later. But because I had to get out of the religion because I knew what it was. That's when I told him. So when I told him, like, yeah, they're like, oh, you know, you have to talk to the elders. And I was like, I'm not repenting for shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't
like,
have to.
Yeah, like that's the religion though, because I had you know, extramarital stuff before marriage.
Of course.
No, then the dude is asking like, yo, do you repent? Like, no, my nigga. Like, I don't care.
I'm not sorry for this.
Like, just get me out of here. Do what I gotta do. So when they met her and having a kid, I didn't realize what it would do to me as I grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had my kid when I was 24. When did you have your kid?
27.
27.
Same age as you.
27. So I had it when I was 24, and I was the only one, not the only one, but I was the only one going through it at that stage. All my friends didn't have kids, really. All my boy that had a kid, his kid was kind of growing because he had it when he was like 19, when he was like 18.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so a kid's like 7, 8 now. It's like, nigga, whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the only one having a kid, so I kind of like disappeared for a few years because nobody else had a kid.
Right.
You know, living situation changes now.
I have to figure it out.
Never had a kid before, whatever. So when y'all had kids, when you first found out that you about to be a dad, how did you feel?
I was nervous. I was scared. You know, I was 26. I was still living at home. And I was nervous. I was scared because I understood. I was 26, still living at home. I was a party promoter. I'm going out every weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm running my own party promoting business. You know, so I'm moving how I want to move. You know, when you don't have a major responsibility, you can do what you want.
Right.
I can go to the gym when I want.
Fact.
I can go out when I want. I can go hang out with the fellas whenever I want. I can pick up and go when I want. So just knowing that I was going to have a child, it was definitely nervous and nerve-wracking. But it was also scary too because I was having a child with somebody else that also had a child previously. So I was dealing with her emotions as far as, damn, I'm about to have this baby with this person. This is added responsibility on my plate because I already have somebody I have to care for. So I had to make sure that I was sure and make sure that I was able to convey to my lady that, you know, I got you.
Yeah.
You know, like if this is what we're gonna do, I need you to know that I got you. And I'm there for you.
Yeah.
And that regardless of anything, we're gonna go through it together.
Right.
So I gotta ask, right? Those 9 months, the first time, how were they for you?
It was stressful.
Did you understand what the fuck was going on?
I did somewhat because I was doing some reading, doing some research. It was like, yo, pregnancy, what do women go through? What are the feelings? What are the
PTSD after that shit? Yeah.
I was doing my research and I was also talking to her about it, but it didn't prepare me for real life.
Nah.
Right? Because when your girl is pregnant and she's going through her emotions.
That's her alone
and
right now.
she lived in Boston, I lived in Holbrook.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like,
the travel is crazy.
you know, she's having her feelings and I'm on my way to the crib and she's upset with me because she's pregnant.
Yeah. And
I can't do nothing for her because I'm going to Holbrook. Or she's having her cravings and I'm not able to get her what she needs right then and there. Or I'm just like, all right. But I'm still in my mindset like, yo, after I get off of work, I'm going to the gym. Once I get to the gym cracking,
he's still doing you.
Once I'm done with the gym,
and
then I can handle that. I can go get some food. And I wasn't always putting her first as much as I should have.
Right.
So it was definitely a stressful situation because not only was we dealing with that, but we also were dealing with, you know, our living situation. You know, we had to get a crib. I had to find some place for us to live. At that point, I think I just got my license back because I'd fucked around in the past.
Oh, I know. I feel you, bro.
Just got my license back.
I'm going through that.
I get a car.
Yeah.
I get a car. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I got a crib, I got a car, I got to make sure that my lady's straight, I got to make sure the baby's straight, I got to make sure little man's straight. So it was like, there was a lot that we had to do during those 9 months. So those 9 months weren't as stress-free and as peaceful as I would have liked for them to be.
It never is, but I've gone through it 3 times. It never is, bro.
Yo, for real?
Listen,
I was just about to, he said I went through it 3 times. I was going to ask you, like, for you to go through them 9 months and she already had a child and she understood what those 9 months was going to bring, right? And then you saying you already had 3 and it's never. I went through for one time, and you know, the living situation was a thing because we had, like, when I came back from Florida, what I spoke to you about, what you know, she had roommates, and I was still with my aunt and uncle, and I was like, yo, I'm not going back with them.
You can't.
You feel me?
It's tough.
I'm with you. So we get together and we doing our thing. But then it was like she got pregnant, and our first child was a miscarriage. So that was another stress on top of
up and down.
Have you had any of those before?
A miscarriage. I have not a miscarriage. We've had a similar situation.
Yeah, I've had an abortion. I've had miscarriage.
Yo, bro,
it's not
the abortion is different from
the miscarriage.
Yo, the miscarriages. Yo, bro, we was
that emotional roller coaster, that PTSD.
Yo, bro, we was riding in the Uber one time back to the. No, bro, we was riding in the Uber one time back to the crib, and the dude jumped out and he dropped us off and was like, when we jumped out, he's like, yo, I dropped somebody off here before and she was pregnant, and the nigga talk about my wife.
Damn.
Bruh, she went in the crib and balled out, and I'm just like,
Jesus.
So, for me, to be honest, it was really easy, bro. Outside of the living situation,
because it's not us going through, not the one that actually lost.
Right,
you know
bro. So
I kind of inside like. You know what I mean?
Bro,
like,
it's like, oh, right, you got to do the cravings. So I'm running, like you say, that's very important, more than people think. The cravings and just being there when she needs you.
Yo, I still hear it to this day.
For real?
Like, yo, you didn't get me what I wanted when I wanted
it.
And we've honestly we've been talking about having another one.
Okay.
That's what's up.
So it's
She's
just like
this time, nigga.
Yeah, bro. You gotta be on it. Whatever I need, you gotta get me. Regardless of when it is.
I was in 7-Eleven, like at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, whenever, like going to get snacks and doing all that. And you know, they say when a woman's like more angry at you or whatever, your kid come out the myth. But I just gave her love, right? And like my son looked just like me, bro. Like he don't look nothing like his mother.
That's how my daughter is.
That's how
My daughter,
right.
spitting image of me.
So it was like, yo,
a lot of genes are stronger. The man's genes is usually stronger.
Always.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was like, yo, I gotta be there. Like it's little to the grand scheme of things.
Of course.
To the grand scheme of things, it's little. Like you getting snacks and.
It's not little to them.
It ain't.
It's
bro.
not. They
and that's what
that.
I started to realize.
Yeah, they appreciate
what we think about. And what we think, I seen a tweet that it was like men look at the end results and overall everything.
Facts.
Women is details.
It's
bro.
details.
That's
details. Like when my wife was pregnant, like she needed ice cream and McDonald's high C. Orange high C.
Oh, man.
And mad plantains.
I love
she was eating plantains like
women.
nothing,
That
bro.
shit's different.
Wow.
Listen, it was crazy. But for me, the first time she went through pregnancy, we were actually staying together. I was staying with her. I didn't have a place at the time, so I was kind of a bum. I was in between jobs. It was crazy. Hey, man, I was 20. I was like 22,
trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so she gave me a spot. I was like, I bet. But when she got pregnant, like, I was just like, okay, whatever you need is whatever. I never went through this before, but I also understood that she helped me out. There's no reason for me to not help her out too. You know what I'm saying? And also, I will say this, like, seeing how my dad was when my mom was pregnant, because I'm the oldest. I saw how he handled, my mom when she was pregnant with my sisters. With my sister. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, my third sibling. Because he wasn't really around for my second sibling. But for my third sibling, he was around, the way he treated her and everything. That's what I saw. So I was just like, okay, cool. I got to cater to whatever she needs. I'm not saying I ain't dropped the ball a few times, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I did my best. And I asked her, man, at times like, yo, was I okay? She's like, yeah, you get me what I need. Like, all right, cool. But now when the kid comes, that's when everything changes. So when that baby dropped for you, before we even get to what it means to be a black father, you know what I'm saying? Before we even get to that, when that baby dropped for you and you know it was yours, how'd that feel? She just gave birth to it. You know what I'm saying? She just popped out. You heard the cries.
Well, my
what
situation
changed in
was
you?
different because my daughter gave my lady hell. She was she had to go to the hospital. I believe she had to go to the hospital twice. First time she was in the hospital 3 times because she was getting symptoms of preeclampsia. So symptoms of preeclampsia is a condition where a pregnant lady, she starts to get like high blood pressure, excessive swelling. Sometimes they get dizzy, they get blurry. So, she wanted to work, I think, up until her 8 months, and then after 8 months, she was gonna take the next month off. And yeah, my daughter was giving her hell, so she went into the hospital for 3 days, and then the baby was fine, so she came out of the hospital. And then like a week later, I think she was finishing up her last week of work, and she started to get lightheaded. And she was working at a pediatrics office at the time. So the head doctor was just like, just go to the hospital, just go figure out what's going on. So she went to the hospital. She went to the hospital and didn't leave. So she was in the hospital for 9 days before she had our daughter.
Bed rest.
Days. Yeah, bed rest. So when it was time to have our daughter, we had her they had to induce and via C-section because she was breached.
Oh, okay. All right.
So head wasn't where it's supposed to be.
Right.
For all you dudes who don't have babies yet, that word breach is very important.
It is.
Keep that in mind.
It is.
That's your wife's life. That's your girl. That's your baby mom's wife, girlfriend's life at line right there. That's on the line. It's on the line right there.
Similar situation.
Yeah.
So she was breached. So they tried to move the baby around, but they couldn't do it. So they're like, all right, well, we need to go with a C-section. So when I heard, all right, she's doing a C-section, I'm having a baby tonight, it was like, damn, all right, this is happening.
Yeah.
It's really about to go down. And just being in that situation, just being in the operating room, and then, just being with my girl, and then seeing they have like a, kind of like a surgical sheet over the top half of her stomach going back, so you can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to comfort my girl and talk to her. She's drugged up. Mind you, she had to have multiple.
She did get the epidural?
She had to get multiple epidurals.
Multiple? Oh, man.
Yeah, she had to get multiple epidurals because I believe the first couple didn't work, or they might have missed.
She was still feeling
or
it.
something. She was still feeling it. She had to get multiple epidurals. So when it was crunch time, I'm just trying to comfort her. And then they're doing their thing, and I'm just trying to make sure she's straight. And it was surreal. But then just finally, like, hearing them, like, I knew it was a girl, but just finally hearing them say, like, the baby's out, crying. One thing that I regret, not even I regret, but just one thing that I wish I would have been able to do was cut the umbilical cord from, just
I never
the
done
natural
it.
way.
I've never done it.
The natural
For
way.
real?
Never done it.
What? I want to touch nothing. Clean that motherfucker up, yo.
Listen, I wanted to see. I wanted to see them
I want none of that.
pull the baby out. I wanted to see that.
Why didn't you get to do it?
Because during a C-section, when they take the baby out, they cut the umbilical cord to be able to remove the baby from
Yeah, they have to.
the mother's stomach.
Part of the process.
But then when they put the baby on the table, you can then go and cut the excess
Right.
from. So I was able to cut the excess.
Okay.
But I wanted to be able to,
Do the whole thing. I feel you. Nah, I want no smoke.
That's wild. You like, nigga.
Nah, I want none of that. I've never done none of that. Just get it out of there. Let's figure this out. I want none of that.
The difference that I have in all of this, my son was born in the crib, bro.
Oh,
Really?
you had it at home?
Yeah, I had
You land?
Well, you and
don't start that
wifey kind of
bullshit.
not earthy
Was it
shit.
playing or just-
Yo,
Okay.
y'all kind of not earthy. You and her kind of not earthy kind of shit, anyways. Y'all like that
Y'all had
earthy
the candles
shit.
lit and everything,
Bro, on God.
with the blow up pool. And
Yes.
I told you, yo.
The blow up pool did not even work because the nigga wanted to come out too fast, bro.
You was trying to get out of there.
Bro, I'm filling up so we did the whole process. Midwives, doulas, all this shit.
You had the doulas
had
too?
the- Wow.
I told
Wow.
you, mad earthy, bro.
Wow. Y'all was really about that at home birth life.
What I tell you,
Oh,
my aspect is way more than rap. That's why I don't be talking about rap music.
Yo.
Niggas be like, yeah, bro,
That's
I had
a
a
lot.
home birth, bro.
Said the
He never
doula.
knew this, neither.
Nah, this is my first time hearing this
You
shit.
never knew this.
That is my first time
Yo,
hearing
bro.
this.
They like from the jump. I watched The Business of Babies Being Born.
Okay.
She put me on. She's like, yo. At first, I'm like, you crazy? We going to hospital? Like, what are you
Facts.
talking about?
I'm not doing none of that at the crib.
Nigga, what? She's like, let me put you on to this movie. I watched the Netflix joint. I'm like, they go back to y'all roots, to Africans and how y'all did it. And I was like, hold up. They talking about gravity and why women shouldn't be laying on her back and all this crazy.
And it's a lot of stress.
A lot of stress.
It's a lot of stress.
I'm
A lot
like,
of stress.
hold up.
My bad.
You know what? Cause I'm just that. I always been that. Coming up from the hood neighborhood, like, yo, bro, I'm not never on the what everybody else is doing, or like sometimes you just gotta be outside the box. And this ain't no saying it like it's like my son was like a piece of material. It's just like just the way mentality wise, like you can't. Cause we get fed a lot of bullshit and a lot of information that is not.
We don't even get the right information.
That's what I was going to. We don't get the
nothing.
right information.
Yeah.
Some people feel like hospital births are better because that's what everybody else does.
I'm crazy for doing with it. Like from to the norm, like nigga, you bugged out. And then my son being autistic, it's like, oh yeah, you had a home birth. It's like, nigga, you stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you? So,
what do you think people did before hospitals?
Right.
Yeah. Like,
And that's why they have a whole sector of midwives.
Right.
For that
I have
whole
so
particular
much
reason.
respect for midwives and their doulas because I didn't understand.
You know,
what they
listen
have
to
go
this.
through.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
There will be nights I don't know what to do, and I'm calling the midwife, and they also have families and kids.
Yeah.
And she's picking up the phone for me like, Reggie, are you okay? What's going on with Kim?
You're not getting that from a doctor working.
You
with
not,
somebody.
nigga.
You not.
That like, she's like, what are you doing? Are you okay? How's she feeling? How close to the contraction? Oh, nah, all right, hit me tomorrow. She's okay. What? You bugging out? Nah, I'm going through this right now. What?
Mad dramatic.
She's yeah, you know, I'm
Bugging out like,
cancers.
yo, nah.
I'm dramatic as hell. Nigga, you bugging out. Yo, bro, it got to the point where when my wife was in labor, bro, I was at Sweet Cheeks, the restaurant.
Yeah.
And we're eating biscuits, and she's like,
I think I remember the whole night.
I do. She's like, I'm going in labor right now. I'm like, oh, we gotta go to. She's like, no, cause you see movies and you think it's a certain way.
Yeah.
She's like, you're bugging. Like, nigga, let me eat my biscuits. You're tweaking. Like, I get home later. Cause you know and then it makes sense when you think about it. Like, yo, I've been in labor for 12, 16 hours. Yeah. Who wants to sit in a hospital bed for 12, 16 hours, bro? So when she said it to me, I was like, oh, you're right. You in labor, but that doesn't mean you gotta be on the bed and laid up.
You don't gotta be laid up,
bro. So she's like, I'm like, oh, this baby coming. We get to the crib, bro. She take a nap. We both take a nap. 3 a.m. She wake up like, yo, called her. I called them. They up, bro.
That's crazy. Cause I didn't.
Nigga, my ass would have been asleep. Nigga, they up. Like, Reggie, you need us? We coming right now. They came. I'm filling up the pool. Damn. Nigga, my son's going crazy in the belly. She keeps running to the shower, getting underwater every 5 minutes. Damn. I'm like, oh, he's not waiting for this pool, bro.
Yeah, he's not waiting.
They come. She's like, yo, your son, like, she wasn't doing all the movie theatrics and screaming. She's just like, breathe. And I'm like, they're like, his head's right there. I'm like, you're lying. Wow. I ain't see her doing nothing. Like, I don't even hear her, bro.
He was ready.
They're like, it don't happen like that, Reggie. Like, what are you? They looking at me like I'm just lost. And she's like, come here. I seen the nigga's head. I'm like, I was about to faint on dogs. Like, I never believed in that. Niggas like, I fainted when my kid was. My dad did. Nigga, my dad would have smoked the whole blaze outside the hospital. Like, nigga, I'm like, I faint.
I was high as hell doing all my
burns. I'm like, nigga, I'm not faint, bro.
I'm not going through that shit so
nigga, I was about to faint, bro. I said, yo, I gotta take a walk down the hall. I live in like little condo and shit. I'm like, I gotta take a walk. She's like, if you take a walk down the hall, you gonna miss.
I miss that shit. Cause it happens quick.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take. I sat down. Sure enough, 2 minutes later, that nigga popped out. Bow. I caught him, bro. I caught him. That's different. She wasn't on her back. She was on all fours and delivered my son on all fours. I caught the nigga.
That's different.
Bro, no, nigga, he didn't wait for the pool in the bathroom. He was born in my bathroom floor, bro.
Oh, snap.
I caught him. Like, he comes out, he's crying. They're like, Reggie, you want to cut the umbilical cord? Yeah, let me do that. Yo, bro, that shit is harder than, it's not like
Nah, that's
robbery. Like what the? I felt like I was harming him.
That's a crazy ass story.
Different.
That's different.
So now, when it's done to him is though, like anywhere outside his house, he's uncomfortable.
Cause that's his birth home.
Yeah, yo, bro, it's the weirdest thing, bro. It's like, and then you know,
but that's also good because y'all put good energy in the house.
We have,
So he's comfortable.
it's
a safety net.
I messed up a lot of times and didn't put good energy in,
man.
But the skin shit too, like him,
Big
like yo,
time.
bro, I don't even gotta say now. I come in the house sad. I won't tell nobody I'm sad. My son will be like, "Oh, Dad's sad." They coming to me like that.
Yeah.
Dad, you alright? And it's like, nigga, how you know something wrong? Cause he know my heartbeat at this point, bro. He like, oh, his heart ain't beating the right way. Like, what's up with you?
Now, since we're at this point, right? I always tell a lot of my boys who are new dads and stuff. I always tell them like, listen, as the man, as the father, as the dad of the house, your temperament is what's gonna gauge the energy in the crib.
Woo.
Am I right? Or
Nigga,
right.
you're 1,000.
explain to people exactly what that does as a man going into your crib, upset, happy, how your energy shifts the energy in the house. I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead, Reggie.
So if I come into the house like not having a good day and I'm angry and shit, my son feel that, my wife feel that. It's like it sets the whole mood off. Like now she's going into a separate room, he's going in his room.
They're uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. I never understood this though. It's very uncomfortable. If my wife go outside the house and she's not having a good day and she come in the house, my son's still running around the crib, tweaking, we playing, and we looking at her, and she's like, she gotta pause the moment, like, yo, you know, I went through this today, and I went through that, and and then I'm like, all right, hold on, we gotta take a
Take a
break.
step back. Yeah.
Like, yo,
Come down to her level
and then
a
my
little bit.
son's still on 1,000.
Of course.
So now I gotta tell him like, yo, bro, chill out. Like your mom's is, you know what I'm saying? And then I gotta go give her the attention that she needs. So that made me realize like, yo, your energy controls way more of this shit than you think it does,
The
bro.
impact- the
Because
impact is crazy.
I don't gotta say anything. And I come in the crib not feeling well and the whole energy shifts.
Yeah.
Like, hold on.
How about you, Kwaku? Kwaku, my bad.
I feel the same way, man. Like, if I come into the crib and I got an attitude, or if I'm not feeling it, my girl's gonna feel it first.
Right.
You know, because that's usually the one I greet first. I mean, my daughter, she's running at me as soon as I walk in the crib. But my girl's the one that's gonna receive and feel that energy. And she's just gonna be like, she gonna catch an attitude off rip. Like, damn, you ain't happy or go lucky, or you ain't really like receiving to me.
What's up with you, bro?
Yeah.
yeah.
So she gonna cop an attitude. When she cop an attitude, just like, yo, what's up wrong with you? Nothing. I'm just like, I gotta check myself first. But then when that happens, it's like, all right, now our energies are both off.
Right.
And then the kids feel it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we're not usually our normal selves. We're not happy-go-lucky or hugging or kissing all over each other. And so our kids are like, our kids will feel it. And then that will translate over to them too, because when she cops an attitude, if I'm not feeling good and the kids do some shit that they ain't supposed to do, then the reaction to them is a lot more snappier. Exactly.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
Bro,
That's the same thing in my
same?
crib. Yes, of course. I got 3. Listen, when when wifey and I are not on the same page, the whole crib feel it because our energies are both very loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I work in the crib. She's the master.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm her.
The same here. No, nigga, the same
Yeah,
here.
y'all
Nigga, what
understand.
you
You know what I'm saying? Oh, just so y'all know.
Yeah, the
when
same.
you're living with a shorty and you have a
same.
kid with her, she runs the household. Don't fight it.
But it makes it don't fight it. It makes me feel great when I'm in my my dungeon and I'm chilling, and then it's like, until I gotta come out. Oh, now you got the big homie. You're bugging now.
That's her circus.
That's
She's
her.
the ringmaster.
This master, they'll want to ask me. Now I gotta go. Did you ask
But
your mom first?
how is it with different? You got 3, bro.
It's-
the personalities are just
One, how is it with 3?
That's what I'm saying.
I want to know how's
the
it with 3?
personalities is just so different.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. Okay, it took me. My oldest is 10. I would say it took quarantine for me to really understand her. Okay, like I didn't know who she was. I just knew she was my daughter, and that was it. When she would lose her, when I didn't really know where she got her mannerisms from. I didn't know where she got her, the way she talked, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? My kids are mixed, so I work all the time. So when I come home, I'm tired. I just want to go to bed. Whenever they did a lot of shit that irritate me because I was tired. And it took a time to really understand.
Annoying.
Yeah, they're annoying. You know what I mean? Facts. All annoying. But because I also didn't take the time to understand how they received information,
right.
I was going based off of my own traumas, my own upbringing, and how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw my parents coming home and I was moved separate from them. Like, I didn't, like, they just, oh, you fed, you good? That was it. You know what I'm saying? Bills are paid. I never knew I never felt being broke. I never felt being poor. I never felt like I didn't have food. So I was like, yo, as long as I'm providing for y'all, shut the fuck up. Y'all are good. Like, what you tripping on me for? Like, what's all this other shit that you asking me for? Because a relationship is not what I grew up with having with my parents.
So how did that dynamic?
Now, shout out to the coronavirus, because that's what it was. The pandemic made me slow down. It made me really sit down and listen to my kids. Like, things that would normally annoy me, I had to realize, no, they're trying to get something across. You know what I'm saying? I have to figure out where to get away from my own self-indulgence, my own narcissism. Pretty much come out of my own shell. Like, okay, cool. What is it that you need, and how do you receive information? Because the way we receive, I don't know about how yours, but my household, receiving information was never thought of. I tell you do something, you just do it. That's it. So that's all I did too. It was like, no, snap too. Like, I legit used to snap at my kids because that's what I was snapped at. So I thought it was normal. You know what I'm saying? I never looked at it like, why are you snapping at the kids for like that? I was like, yo, I told you to do that. Legit, that was my normal reaction. Like, yo, paper. That's some African ass shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the aggressiveness, like having daughters, like, until the pandemic, I hadn't softened up. Not softened up, but I hadn't come to understand that you don't need to always have a rough hand.
That's a fact.
I also didn't understand that I wasn't rough, that I was too rough. You know what I'm saying? Because my job is rough, my life is rough. I'm always on that level. You know what I'm saying? So the pandemic helped me understand that each kid is different. I can't approach each kid the same way. You know, my oldest, I have to talk to her a certain way. My middle child, she's the most emotional one in the house. She knows like how your son feels the energy. My Azalea feels that same way. Like when she hugs me, bro, it's too much love.
Right.
It's way too much love. I'd be like, yeah, okay, all right, cool, but get off me. You way too loving. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. My son, he's different because I never hugged my dad like that. I never felt comfortable doing that kind of stuff. But he wants a hug. He wants me to hug him. He wants me to give him a kiss on the cheek. He wants me to show love and attention.
Good, bro.
And that's new to me. So I'm like, damn. I've been not looking on my parents or my relationship with my dad, and I'm like, damn. We really fucked up with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this.
That's why I said it's good.
It's something else.
Like when they grow up, that gives them something totally different.
So now, my oldest, because of the pandemic, she texts me. We have conversations on a regular. Like, she knows that I understand her now. You know what I'm saying? And this is gonna sound crazy, but she's a black girl at heart. Like she's a nigga. Like I love that shit. The way she be talking, her whole swag, I'm like, like you my first boy, you holding it down right now. You know what I'm saying? You making me proud. I love you. You know what I'm saying? So now we talk, we joke, we're doing the text messages and everything. Like even when she be in the house, and I know she's forcing, I'm like, yo, you forcing it, shorty. I be telling straight that she's like, I ain't forcing nothing, daddy. Like we have those combos now because of the pandemic.
That shit though, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit is the feeling that
I will say, I know everybody's mad about the pandemic, and I am too also, but for my family, it brought us closer. You know what I'm saying? It helped me realize what my real position was, what my real, not job, but what I'm supposed to provide, what I'm really supposed to do. Exactly. No, I don't even like the word responsibility because responsibility makes it feel like it's a weight on the shoulders.
It's not.
It's not a weight.
It's not.
It's like a happy feeling like, oh my God, I got all these people to love.
To have
Yeah.
What's your
You
worth?
chose-
Exactly.
to have kids, bro.
Exactly.
Worth.
But until
Worth a lot more.
You are.
exactly,
to
bro.
a lot to these people that
You
live
would have
with
never
every day
gotten
you would've
these
realized.
responsibilities put on you if you wasn't capable of. You gotta change your whole way you think, nigga. It's what
Exactly.
that was dope.
What's
It's
your
what
worth?
you
It's
worth,
what
bro.
you're worth, bro. That shit's fire.
But it's scary.
Listen, I will tell y'all this,
It's
right?
scary.
During the pandemic, we were talking outside earlier, right? How did the relationship with you and your girl and your kids change? Y'all see how mine's change. How does y'all change?
So for me, the first couple of months, so pandemic started in March. So the first like 2-3 months, it was rough because, you know, we went from being out all day, right? So we wake up usually around 6. You know, we're usually home together for about an hour. She goes to work, I go to work. And then we have that 8-hour period where we're away from each other.
Yeah.
Or we have that 9-hour period, 10-hour, because you got to factor in transit time, work time, and then transit back home time.
So
It's almost 10 hours a day.
Yeah, 10 hours a day. You come home, right? Then you have that, like, say, we usually get home like around like 5 to 7. You have that 5-hour period from 5 to like 12 where you guys are engaged together, go to sleep, and you do it all over again. So you have that opportunity to be able to be away from each other, be able to have your alone time, be able to do the thing you need to do at your work, be able to miss each other.
Yeah.
Pandemic, you don't have none of that. You can't miss nobody. You can't take no break from nobody.
Nothing.
You can't take a break from your kids. You don't know how annoying your kids are. You don't know how hungry they get. How needy your girl is.
Oh my
How
God.
much love she needs. You don't know none of that. But during pandemic, you feel it all. Y'all are on the same space. Y'all are all trying to
You want a bigger house all of a
coexist.
sudden.
Yeah, and it's just like, yo, leave me the fuck alone. It's like, yo, go over there. I'm over here. I'm just trying to chill. My daughter on 100. Daddy, come on, let's swing. Let's do this. Little man over here, like, yo, let's play ball. Wifey, like, yo, babe, come here. Let me move.
Let's watch some shows.
And it's just like, yo, chill the fuck out.
I can't. It's only one of me. There's only one.
So our relationship suffered because it was like, I feel like we weren't used to being around each other 24/7. Even the relationship in the household, it suffered because we were just like a lot more irritated, a lot more angry.
Yeah.
So the kids,
Too much pent up energy.
Yeah, it was like the kids felt it.
Yeah.
Me and her felt it. And it got to a point where it's just like, yo, what are we doing? Like, you know, like we're better than this. You know what I'm saying? We love
You don't even recognize yourself no more.
And it's just like, yo, we love each other, but we're treating each other like strangers, like we ain't friends. So we're just like, yo, what is it? What is it that we're
Reggie
doing?
bugging.
What is it that we're doing that isn't working? And it's just like, all right, what we're doing isn't working, but it's also translating to how we treat the kids. And that's not the type of parents we want, because we want to be loving parents to these kids. We want them to see us happy.
We want to change the narrative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was like we really had to like sit down and be like, yo, what can we do to be better? What is it that you need? What is it that I need? And then let's work on that. And then we also had a talk with our children. Our children at the time were 9 and 20? So 9 and 5. So we're like, all right, well, what are you guys getting from us? What is it that you don't like? What is it that you do like? What can we do to be better? Because even though they are children, I still want them to feel like they are people.
They the most purest forms of humans, bro. They
Yeah.
gonna tell you what's really up without no bias, opinion, and none of that, bro. And it's what I was going crazy over here is because this society, we're distracted with the going out to eat, the going to the movie, the doing the extra shit that we don't, to the point where when a pandemic happens, it's like, oh, we don't really know each other.
Don't know.
What do we do with each other?
Yeah. Besides fuck. That's like,
what do we do?
And even then, it's like, yo, I got like, you got 20 minutes of my time.
Hey, yo, bro,
Yo,
when I got
facts.
told, it seems like we're just roommates.
Yeah.
That shit.
That shit hurt. Yo, it hurt just.
I heard
It
that.
hurt your soul, man.
I heard that.
It hurt your soul.
Yo, bro, that shit. It was like, so all this.
It's like you're just coexisting. You're not even like really in each other's bubble at all. Just there.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a different
It's different,
feeling,
man.
bro. And it was.
How
like,
did y'all feel? I know we talked about this outside. How did y'all feel when you realized your shorty had your mannerisms? Like
this is weird, right? This is I just lost my mother and shit.
Condolences, man, definitely.
June, like 4 days before my birthday. I thought of my mother.
Yeah.
And I said, and she wasn't the first lady that ever gave me that. I was like, yo, I'll be looking for my mother in a lot of these women, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's it. It was like, oh, you're me. Like you. And then it made me look in the mirror like, nah, bro. She did this and you ain't like it, so you don't even like that about yourself. Like, nigga, change it, my nigga.
I've realized that though. Like a lot of men look for their moms and the women that they deal with. I don't have that. I never know. Because I don't have that relationship with my moms. I'm kind of a nomad.
I dig that. I dig that.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have a foundation anywhere. I just took everything that I grew up around and molded it to myself.
But it's not because my mom's was being, and God bless her soul, man. It was not because she was giving me everything that she should have been as a mom. It was moments.
Yeah. That stuck out to you.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, moms is the truest. Like, yo, bro, we was homeless for like 5 years straight.
Man.
No different. Cap. And my mother never gave up on none of us. She was like, I'm with my kids. I don't give a fuck. I got to sleep on the floor with all of them. I'm here with all of them. Right? You know what I'm saying?
It's different.
So she had so as I'm growing up, it was like she had a certain strength about her. Like that was like, she was resilient,
concrete.
Bro. Yeah, like nigga, I don't care what I'm going through. My kids is there with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not giving them up to the
How did that translate?
Nobody,
how did that translate? How did that love translate to your son?
So my dad came and got us, me and my brother. Me and my brother's the only ones that share the same moms and dad. My brother right under me. All the other ones got different dads or different moms. And so it's just me and my brother. His name's Ronald. And I was like, yo, we always gotta be in our kids' life.
Always.
We always gotta make this shit work, no matter what it is. Like, even if you not together with your baby mother or whatever, you get a divorce, whatever. When it comes to your kids, bro, like, I don't even hang out with niggas that ain't good fathers, bro.
Facts.
On my mama.
I never thought I would ever do that. It just makes no sense. Like, why are we together right now? Why are we chilling?
You know what I'm saying? It's like you a clown, bro. Yeah. Like, how you chilling with me every day and then... But look,
you gotta try first. You gotta talk to your man.
No. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because I'm not the type of dude that just judge shit. Like, I can't.
You don't know everything.
Yeah, because nigga, I've got demons, bro. I done been through my shit. But what that showed me was, okay, my dad done did all this years in a bed doing whatever he was doing, and he still came and got us and didn't have nothing to give us, whatever. But he just didn't want us living in the situation we was living in. So to me, it was like, every man should be able to do that. Yeah. Like, he don't got, like, my dad got like 12 felons, bro. No cap. Nigga came to my house one day and showed me his whole rap sheet, and it's bad. Can't get a job,
but
nothing.
He was there.
But he said, I'm gonna take my sons, bro. I don't like what y'all. And for me, it was like, you know what? I'm always, no matter what, I don't care. I'm gonna be in my son's life. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make sure that he knows, like, your dad loved you, and that just ain't by saying I love you. It's by the actions, bro.
Yeah.
Because I had a stepdad, and he was a great dad. You know what I'm saying? God bless him.
Example right here.
Cancer. You know
pretty much.
Right. Yo, bro, I know your children are always gonna be like, nah, great dude.
That's all that really matters. Yeah, that's all that matters. Now, with the society and the way we grew up, right? All of us have different backgrounds, right? Y'all know the perception of black dads. Mm-hmm. You know what is shown. I mean, TV's been doing an okay job lately.
It's been a lot better.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot better showing that. But I also feel like they're missing certain things.
As far as what?
As far as really showing what we have. A lot of times it's mom this, mom that, mom that.
It's right? The content. There's no content out there for black fathers.
For us, it's not at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you want us there, but then we feel underappreciated. So we're not saying that we don't feel appreciated. We're just saying that sometimes
it's like
if
you the dad that go out and get all the money and bring the bacon home, it's like
you're nothing.
Yeah, but you don't know about your kid. Yeah. And then if you the stay at home dad, it's like yeah, but you ain't bringing no bacon. It's like you can't win.
You can't win. So like the narrative of society towards black men who are dads, especially modern day black men. Let's first talk about the modern day black dad. Right, a lot of us are different. We're from '90s. Like this is a '90s era right here. Mm-hmm. So we grew up on Jay-Z, DMX, Run DMC, and all that. We grew up on all of that. Method Man, Wood. You know what I'm saying? All of them niggas, hardcore niggas.
Right.
But because of generational gaps, we're different now. The way we grew up, I don't know about you, but I got beat and spanked in my household.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I don't spank my kids. You know what I'm saying? I punish them. You know what I'm saying? I know what makes them. Yeah. I would, but I look at it as a very, very last result. Like a last resort type of thing. Like, look, I've been trying to keep it copacetic with you, my guy, but you pushing my buttons now. You know what I'm saying? Because having a son, I told my wife all the time, sometimes I have to pop this little nigga.
That's a fact.
I think that's the only, he's gonna be upset about it, but he, as a man, this is what we understand sometimes. Like, just to get the point across. With my daughters, I just talk to them aggressively. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might jump on them just like, look, it can happen. Don't play with me. Because you're still a dad. So you got to show them sometimes. Now, that's my African upbringing. Because my dad never showed no difference between daughter or son. You would get your ass beat. And in our culture, women get beat as much as men get beat. There's no difference of anything. Sometimes the woman might get beat a little more. You be like, whoa, just a little aggressive. But that's our culture, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got beatings in schools back home, everything. So when I came in, that's my mentality. But having my kids and my wife not really being into that shit, you kind of gonna have to go off of her energy. Because if she's upset, the whole house is upset too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how have y'all, with your friends, with your family, how have y'all changed the narrative for yourselves about being a dad? Especially a black dad. Like when you go outside and people ask you, oh, do you have kids and everything? How is that perception for you? What have you noticed? Reggie?
There's I feel like a lot of people have kids now. Like, you know, most of the people that I grown up with and I'm in the circles with. But like I said, my son is on the autism spectrum.
Yeah, different spectrum.
Yeah, so, you know, I give them, you know, like you said, we just used to discipline. I gotta spank you. I gotta
toughen you up.
Yeah, I gotta toughen you up. Yeah, that's what we know. And I still do it to my son too. Don't get it twisted. Like I'm still like, yo, but the only time I do it to my son now is when I feel like he's manipulating his mother. That's what gets to me. I'm like,
you see it.
That's my woman, bro. You don't do it, and that's even fucked up in this.
Facts.
Yeah, but I let them know. It's weird. So it's like I be like, yo, bro, look. I talk to him. I be like, yo, listen, you gotta deal with it this way, because I didn't have my dad to do that. So it's like this is what it comes from. This is why you're feeling how you're feeling. It's not gonna be an everlasting thing. It's just now. You want juice? You can't have juice right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world's not ending. I know you may feel like it because you're a kid. You don't got nothing else to worry about in life. The world's ending because you can't get no juice.
That's it.
So I've learned now, even with my peers, sometimes that's how you gotta talk to your homies too. Like, yo, bro, you think it's that serious? It's really. So it gave me more patience. With everybody around me. That's what it's done. Like, if you going through something as a brother, I don't want to see you going through that, but I understand we have our own paths, bro, at the end of the day.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different. Yeah. So I'm going to give you what I feel like I need to give you. And if you could decide to take the advice and you could decide not to, but if you're a father, I would 100% advise you to take this as advice, bro. Not only because my son's on the spectrum, like I say, it comes with more. He's not even communicating with me. Like, you got kids that, like, my son's nonverbal, so you got kids that are like, yo, dad, I don't even like that.
Your son can't tell you that.
Nah, I gotta really sit and pay attention and watch him, like, and how he acts to things. Like, oh, nah, he not feeling that. So then I talk to him like, you not feeling this? And what he knows now is he shake his head. Like, and I'm like, he ain't feeling that.
That's true. That's true.
But I realize I always say how we grew up, we 90s babies. There's a lot of our peers, bro, that probably should have been diagnosed with the same thing.
Facts.
But because our parents didn't, like, it was taboo. It was stigma. Like, we don't, what?
We don't,
Man, what you talking about? You
okay? He's just, you know, he's one of those. Yeah.
So now me knowing that, it's like, damn, a lot of our homies probably went through the same thing and probably still going through the same thing. So I can't even come across the same way that I would if it was somebody that I looked at differently.
Yeah.
Because anybody else would be like, hey, yo, bro, stop tweaking, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you, nigga? Like, I gotta smack you right now. It's like, you can't do that.
Man, you were hitting so many points right now.
They don't get that. And it's not to say like they any less than, it's just like they learn differently. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't. So on top of being on the spectrum and then you not getting that type of support or love that you need, you on the deep end. It's like, oh yeah, you talk to me crazy, I'm gonna get crazy. Because that's what my son do. Anytime I act on his level,
he goes off.
Dad niggas go, like if he's like, Dad, I want to play and I want to wrestle. And that's just, like I said, he don't talk. So that's just me understanding. Yeah. Because he start getting too much energy. Oh, you want? I start slamming him. Doing all this shit, right? He's coming back for more. So then it made me think, oh, this is back in the day when we used to be like, kids got retarded strength and the nigga don't care about him getting hurt. That shit real, bro. Real. Like, so he's like, nah, more. And then it was like, bro, you gotta calm down.
Way too high energy right now, bro.
You gotta chill, bro. So that's what it gave me. It was like, yo, sometimes you just gotta realize what's going on with your children and provide that in everyday life because you've been gifted with children for a reason. There's some people that can't even have children.
Y'all hear that? Gifted children.
Gifted with you. They chose you.
They chose you, man.
For a reason.
I didn't really understand, like I said, if it wasn't for a pandemic, I never would have sat down with why I have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever thought about that? Like, why do I have this fucking kid?
Because I always wanted to, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I never wanted kids. I never even thought about having kids.
Yeah.
I never thought about it. I never thought about being married. Half the shit that y'all see me in right now,
I never thought I'd be married. I never thought I'd be married.
It never crossed my mind.
It was always
none of that shit ever crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind. I never thought I would have a kid. Never thought I would get married.
You thought you would always have kids?
Yeah,
me
never.
too,
I definitely wanted that.
Yeah, no. I thought, real talk, I thought I would be like just traveling the world and just doing me.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? That was it. Cause that's what I knew. Yeah. I was always moving. I never had a home. You know what I'm saying? Like being like the pandemic, I was like, oh my God, I'm actually home.
That shit spooked you.
That spooked the fuck out of me.
They gave you anxiety?
I was stressed, crying in the shower type shit. Stressed. Like, what is this feeling? Because, like I said, I don't know about y'all, but the love that I felt in my house, I had to actually pay attention to. Mm-hmm. Not to say I didn't grow up around love, but it was different. It was judgmental love that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying?
This love was unconditional.
This was unconditional. I never even understood what that was. You know what I'm saying? And I want to give kudos to my wife for that. She's the one that like helped mold that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I didn't understand what unconditional love was. It was judgmental shit. So I grew up around feeling judged all the time. She never judged. Like he'll tell you, he knows my history. Like kind of a wild boy a little bit when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a little wild boy.
Bro, from his vernacular and how he talks, carry himself.
A little bit.
Yeah, you was kind of a wild boy, but I don't really.
Like, no. But see, that's why I stay low, cause it ain't that serious. It's just like I just kept my life very, very private. That's what it was. Like niggas who knew me just knew what it was. That was it. You know what I'm saying? But being in an unconditional loved household, it changed my entire mindset. Like I used to want to go to work all the time. Now I would call off anytime. Right. Just to be at the crib.
That's a perfect analogy.
Just to be at the crib because I love my fucking family.
Right.
That energy, I want to be around them. I don't care that they annoy me.
Right.
Annoy the fuck out of me.
Right. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. Like we'll fight, cool, but I know this is my home. Like I've never felt at home. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you guys, but being home because of the pandemic, I look forward to going home. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to seeing my kids. When I walk through the door and my son runs up to me and gives me a hug, it's the best feeling in the world. I don't care how upset I am with work. That shit washes.
Will break you down.
Yeah.
It will wash everything away. It'll melt your heart.
This man talk to me like this at work. Yo, bro, what you like?
Yo, you know, funny thing is,
that.
a lot of the guys at my job felt the same way because we've never been at home. We just go to work, come home tired, sleep,
and in your profession.
And that's it, because exactly.
That's
so a lot of dudes when they came in, like, yo, I've been home for 11 months, happy, bro. Like, I love my family. It's like I was happy to be home. I was like, damn.
Hey, yo, bro.
Because we was the niggas that I looked up to. Like, we talked, and we was always talking crazy with each other, but it was different. It was like, yo, how did you spend? Because a lot of us were laid off. So it was like, how did you spend time at home?
Because when it's real, it's real.
It's real.
Like, yo, dog, before the pandemic, I battled with GAD, generalized anxiety disorder is what I got. I've been diagnosed for that shit for like the last 5 years. I'm supposed to take pills every morning that I don't want to do none of that shit.
Do none of that.
Fuck, of course I changed my diet first which I have. I've done all these different things, and I got separation anxiety. If I'm not in my crib or around my wife and son for a certain amount of time, I have an anxiety attack, bro. Real life, because I'm
feel like something's missing.
I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like I only feel safe in my home, bro.
As
like,
you should.
If I'm not in my home for a certain amount of hours, it's like I start looking at niggas like they looking funny. It's like when niggas say you take LSD or shrooms and shit, you start seeing demons in people's faces. This is why I don't take that shit, because I don't need it. I see that shit naturally, bro. So I understand what you're saying. It's like when you get that time off and you with your family, bro, it means
a sense of self,
bro. Yeah,
a sense of self is serious.
For real.
You obviously you were home too. We're all home during the pandemic. What did you learn about yourself, and then how did you fix what needs to be fixed? Well, I know because you just spoke earlier about issues that you had with your girl and also communicating with your kids. Now, the communicating with the kids thing is different. It's new. We didn't grow up with that. Our parents never spoke to us. It was just do this, do that, do this. How was it to actually talk to your kids and them to relay back that message?
Okay, so that's a little bit of a loaded question.
Yeah.
I wanted to
point A, point B.
I want to get back to the question that you asked previously about how did I help change the perspective of being a black father.
Yeah.
And I feel like what I did was just be there. Just being there and just giving them my time. When it comes to children, it's really just all about your time. They don't care about your money, don't care about your job, don't care about your drive, don't care about what you got. All they care about is that you're there and you're able to play with them. So I think that's really, I think back to what my father gave me when I was a child, and it was just being there and just being dad. And I think that's what I wanted for my children, was to just be there and be dad. Yeah, so just also being a part of, being a stepdad, it was just, I needed to make sure that I was being solid and that I was putting my best foot forward, because I am now being that father figure for somebody that already has a father.
Right. My fault. Do they know that?
Yep.
That's even more.
Yep. So father's still in the picture.
Right.
But it's just all right, now you're in my household.
Right.
So it's we need to make sure that we establish the respect, and two, we need to make sure that that we're doing things the right way.
Right.
And that right way is depending on y'all relationships already.
Yeah, because I feel like the stepdad or the stepson gets the rap, or especially the stepchild gets that rap, like, all right, well, you treat me like a stepchild, meaning like you treat me bad, or you ain't giving me exactly what I need, and you should be separated. That's not what I wanted. I want, even though I'm not your biological father, you're not my biological child, we still all one family.
But I want to say this though too, that narrative is being shifted a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
As the years go, y'all are like the superheroes now, bro.
Definitely. I mean, my dad ain't shit, but my stepdad was
You know what I'm saying?
Because now it's the age of the mixed family.
Yeah.
It's the age of the mixed family where, you know, you're seeing a lot of different relationships and, you know, people coming into relationships with different.
It's not the same structure as it was before.
Exactly.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm glad that the structures and just the power dynamics between couples is different from the way we grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I know in an African household, the man ran everything. It's the iron fist, boom, boom, boom. But I'm seeing more fluid.
It's funny how a lot of y'all culture got brought down to our culture, bro.
Yeah, but I think it brought down to y'all with African Americans. From what I've noticed is, you know, the dads are very silent. You know, they don't put too much in.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Right. You being a stepdad, as well as a dad.
Mm-hmm.
Dual responsibilities, actually.
Right. My whole thing was, yo, bro, I never fuck up with my son because, nigga, I don't never want a nigga like you to come in my place and be like, nigga, my stepdad's the greatest and my dad ain't shit. Mm-hmm. That was not my main thing, but you got to think about it because you never know how it's going to work with you and your significant other, your old lady, bro. So, but I tell my homies all the time, I don't want to hear that excuse, bro.
None.
Oh my man, and don't get it twisted. Some women are spiteful.
Of
Like
course,
I'm not even gonna sit here and just act like it ain't.
No.
But dog, if you play your part at all times, it doesn't matter what the fuck she got going on, what she doing, bro.
I'll be real.
It can be 10 years down the line.
I don't care.
Thank you, bro.
I don't.
It's gonna play out, bro.
Even if Shorty is wild crazy and she's not trying to have me see the kid and all of that other stuff, I'm never going to stop reaching out to my child.
I'm going to go to your grandmother. I'm going to go to your whatever.
Anything. We can go to court. We can go to whatever. Bro, but they will know I am trying to be in my kid's life.
My brother, right?
Yeah, but it does. I feel like it shouldn't have to go to court. And I feel like it takes a certain level of maturity in order for it to not from both parties.
You can't expect that. That's a perfect. That's a utopia, though.
Right.
That's a utopia. We're talking about reality here.
Yeah, in reality,
some people get spiteful. You know what I mean? People get spiteful. But I don't want us to sit here and be like, well, it's because of the female.
No, that's not what we said. You notice I haven't said nothing about the women but positive things.
No, it ain't. That's why I said I don't care what my homies tell me. Like,
there's no excuse.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. It got to be on both parties because sometimes you have females that won't put
women.
You have women that won't put their child's father on child support,
right?
Yeah,
and then
the dude is still a piece of shit,
right?
And then you have times where a woman may be scorned.
Yeah,
a female will be scorned about it,
and that's natural too.
It comes
you gotta
from
deal with that. You gotta deal with that.
But that's my point.
But it comes to that maturity to be able to make that dynamic happen.
I'll tell you something real quick, right? A couple weeks ago, I was having a conversation with my mans, and I was telling them the same thing I said earlier about, like, yo, I understand that you're upset, but you cannot wow out as the man of the household.
Right.
Like, it comes at the end of the day, if you are a man that's in the house, you have to, it sucks that you can't really express what you want to express. Mm-hmm. But you do more damage as the man of the household when you wild out and go crazy. Mm-hmm. Because now they're going to see that, okay, you have no control. So you're now lost control of your household.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
You know what I'm weakness.
Yeah.
Bro.
And once you lose control of your household, it's hard to build that back up.
That's...
You know what I'm saying? Because when me and my
I lost control. I
you know what I'm saying? So you understand. When me and my wife are going through shit, you know what I'm saying, and the kids can feel it. And there's nothing I said, nothing I could do to take that feeling away from them because they felt it. And when you're arguing with your old lady, boom, boom, boom. When the kids come, you stop.
Right.
Yeah. You go, oh, hey, you okay? They already know.
I heard what you said,
they already know.
I heard that shit.
Exactly.
And your moms could have said a bunch of ratchet, crazy.
They ain't listening to nothing. I heard that shit. You was
I heard what you said, Dad.
So it's like you're looking at your kid like, yo, what's up with you? And when you see them, they say like, damn, they heard. Yeah. Like, look, me.
Yo, you know what my son do?
What you do?
Whenever me and my mind you, he's autistic. Mm-hmm. He don't speak.
Non-verbal.
when me and my wife get into it, when we was, because now I'm on a different type of time because of what you're saying.
Before you continue, though, I want people to understand that it's okay to have
arguments.
Arguments.
Okay.
It's natural. You should.
Of
if
course.
you don't argue and fight with your
Nigga,
partner, that's
one
not
of y'all
natural.
to step on.
But
somebody's the big stepper.
You have to learn. There has healthy arguments as well.
Yeah,
right.
Because I feel like people argue, and some people don't know some people don't know boundaries.
Right. Speak on it.
Nah,
Some
nigga,
people don't know boundaries.
Boundaries is real.
And I feel like when it comes to arguments, how you argue with somebody and the level of respect, why you argue with somebody shows you the level of respect that they have for you.
Facts. 1,000.
So that's hard. So coming how I was raised, I never understood that. So
You just took shots all day.
nigga, what?
Whatever, pettiness
I'm
is going
bringing
to the
out
highest
the
level.
Draco, AK, 40 cal,
Just
all
going
that,
off,
right?
yeah.
But then I started to notice, like, when we would argue, my son now, he comes and grabs me, like,
Man.
and he's nonverbal, and he like if he and that shit fucked with me. I'm like, not as if your mother's not saying nothing wrong, but it's like, yo, dad.
Your dad, chill out. Yeah.
Yo, dad, man, even if it's your mom's right, you're tweaking, come in. Or
Relax.
whether it's your mom's tweaking, she's wrong, come in.
Yeah.
I don't know how to, cause he's nonverbal, but it's
you
like,
understand what he's
it's
saying.
still like, yo, pops, you're like, you got too much power in here, bro. You're wilding out. And that's why I say raising my son, bro, it gave me a lot of patience with people. It made me less judgmental with people, bro. It just did a lot for me, bro. Just understanding that he don't even got, you know what Jay-Z said, bro? I'm like a dog. I don't talk, but I understand.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
It got to a point when my son got to a certain age, I was like, I wish I could walk in the world the way my son do, bro.
But that's from you though. Even through all the hardships and all that, he understands and he sees is because he's learned to understand how you perceive the world.
Thanks.
That's crazy.
See what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And I know that's what
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's real.
Based on what you should and how you react to things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't realize my son, like, especially with your sons. I'm saying, I know you have a daughter and everything, but I also have 2 daughters also, so I understand how they perceive. Because as a man,
daughters is different, bro.
Yeah,
I knew he couldn't give me a daughter, bro.
listen, as a man that has a daughter, now the way you behave and everything, they always say hard ass niggas become soft when they have daughters.
Right.
No, it's not that we become soft. It's just that we have a different
Understanding
now. He's like, oh snap.
And I didn't get that understanding, bro. I respect
You're not gonna
you.
get it because you have a son,
Right.
But as a father, as a dad who has a daughter, explain.
So
to him a
I
little
get it
bit.
from my brother.
Oh, he has a niece.
In a way, I got a niece.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a way.
I mean, I feel like, having a daughter just makes you, it does make you a little bit softer. Like, it makes you
Understanding.
It makes you more understanding. It makes you more patient. It makes you more loving. It makes you more able to receive love. Because that was one thing that it was hard for me to do, show and receive love. And that's something you talked about a little bit earlier.
That's
Just
why I
coming
said
from an African household, you come from a household that is very stern. Like
Cold.
Like, yeah, I didn't
There's no
get
warmth.
love. I didn't get love. Even though I knew my parents loved me, I didn't get hugs. I didn't get kisses.
Same.
It's not no I love yous.
Nah.
I knew my mother loved me because my mother is just a sweet person. She showed up whenever I had karate games, soccer games, art contests.
you, bro.
She was there.
I
My
envy you,
father
bro.
was
I know
more
you,
hard. He didn't show up to things, but he was there to instill those principles in me, which I respect.
Yeah.
So I knew that he loved me. So when it came into a relationship, I had my father's sternness. So it was hard for me to show love.
Right.
I was able to receive it, but it was hard for me to show love. So having a daughter helped me understand you can receive love, but it's okay to give love.
That's hard,
her love
bro.
will melt you.
That's
and
hard,
you can't have
bro.
any coldness, any
that's
hardness.
dope. That's
And that also created problems with my relationship. Because
Why?
with my relationship, my lady was like, well, you can show her love. You can be sweet with her, but when it comes to me, you're still cold. You don't show me love.
That, though?
I don't know.
It's.
I don't know.
You do this. You deal with the same shit.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like that's
that's
my little girl. That's my little lady.
Is it because y'all feel like this is a part of me?
It's my little lady. It's a part of me. She's so innocent. I don't have any pre-condoned thoughts towards her.
Our daughters our daughters ain't tainted yet.
Yes.
This is what I'm about. So that's what I was about to say. You gotta understand.
Yeah.
Your significant other was also a daughter at a point.
But we don't see
But
that.
she's not like that towards you.
Yeah, that's not
towards we going through the grind.
Life done took off.
Yeah, we going through the grind, so it's
it's different.
we going at it at certain times. So it's like sometimes we may jade each other.
Yeah.
But with our little girls ain't they just
don't know nothing.
They don't know nothing. So it's like they're just pure in love. So it's like,
hey yo, you know what I
had to
say,
deal with
bro?
that.
You know what I say? Men from the beginning of the times, we have got dealt the shit end of the stick
because of this whole
patriarchy,
all of that,
misogyny,
there you go.
all of that shit,
all of that,
and that's what the world was built on.
Yo,
don't get it fucked up.
Yo, y'all don't even understand the convos that me and my wife be having about just how we men perceive the world and everything like that. They're like, you guys are spoiled. You guys
right.
You guys go fuck up.
Hold on. Do you know that there's a thing now? Fuck explaining. There's mansplaining.
Don't mansplain shit. I'm like, damn.
What the fuck is that, bro?
But it's the truth. We do see the world only from our eyes.
We do.
We're inconsiderate.
We do. But look, only
we are very inconsiderate.
Guess what? When they do the same shit to us, we're like, hold up, bitch.
Yo, bro, I seen some shit that was like a women to take on what a men take on and the men ready to cry.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yo,
you know we can't that goes back to what you were talking about.
Bro, we can't
How many times has a woman's heart been broken in her life?
Bro,
Millions.
she still gave love. We still cared. Bitch, your time is...
Listen, our hearts got broken in the 9th grade. Oh, shit.
One and done.
Done. We rapping about it.
That's the heartbreak coming back to haunt.
Hold on. You want to know what's crazy? I wrote a bar last week that said, nigga, I got my heart broken once. It's only been one person, but they all looked at as the same.
That's it. That's the only person. You see that every time. So now every shorty is that bitch.
Or even like, so relationship dynamic. I know we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
How you can be so cold and you can be who you are and not even understand your flaws, that your partner starts to take on who you are.
Yeah.
So that when they then give it back to you, you're just like, yo, what the fuck?
You supposed to be better than me. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like you supposed to be
where did this person come from? Like, why are you treating me like this?
Like this is how you treated me for years. You're like, what?
Exactly.
Listen, I told him earlier, I have sat in the shower and cried because my shorty's treatment and how I treated her. I couldn't take it. I'm sitting there like, yo, this bitch really wants to die.
Real life.
Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah, like
who do you think you are?
I can't hear the word separation and divorce. I'm up, nigga, I'm on my knees. I'm doing extra shit. Like,
yo, I tell you this straight up. Once she had that convo with me and everything, I've become the most endearing person ever. Like, I'm learning myself.
Yo, bro.
Yo, it's like, and then being a dad on top of it, like talking to my daughters more. I'm like, hey, so what's going on? Talk to me. Before they used to give me the surface stuff, bro. But now they give you like details.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Details. I'm like, oh, okay, that's crazy.
They can trust you.
Exactly. And you would never know that this is what you were missing.
But it ain't our fault neither, bro.
No, it's not our fault, but it is our choice.
It's our
choice to change and change the narrative,
but look,
especially as black men.
A lot of homies don't even know that.
Not at all.
Don't even know it's our choice. They like, and this is why I speak from. You know, my wife did a podcast last week, and
CWTFB radio.
Yeah. We can
say it, nigga. Don't say it. No, say it, bro.
My brother.
Yeah, say
Charlie,
it, bro.
she did it.
There you go.
You know, she was like, he asked her like, yo, if do you agree with a lot of things your husband rap about that, you know? And she said no. She's like, but I gotta understand him, and I gotta understand where he come from, and cause it's real, bro. It's like at the end of the day,
that's your experience.
We always got handed the shit end of the stick because we was born into this. We didn't ask for this shit, bro. But at the end of the day, it's your choice.
It's your choice. And do you want to stay the same, or do you want to fix the situation?
You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, the kids are our future.
The kids are our future.
So do you want to pass on your traumas?
No. So it's
because
like,
at the end of the day, the kids are gonna have traumas. Yeah. But do you want to?
That's a fact.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Exactly.
You choose what trauma.
At least the traumas from you are not that bad.
Exactly.
And they can come to you and know that, hey, I can always go to my
what
parents.
I said about you and your daughters, bro, they feel comfortable. I can go to my dad, bro.
Yeah.
And
that's all you want.
That's special.
You don't never want.
I didn't know I needed that.
Nigga, you don't want nothing else, bro.
That's special, man.
Because then that's like, whether you was a super good parent and you sheltered them from all the bullshit, now they want to go outside and see what's going on. Whether you was a parent that was slacking and didn't shelter, now they outside and doing whatever the fuck they want and they not telling you nothing.
And once they hit preteen, once they hit teenage years,
nigga,
when it really starts to get crazy, you can at least know that, all right, if they're having some shit, we can sit down and we can talk about it. And that's what I want.
That's all you want is the trust,
I know your daughters. I know your daughters not old yet, but my daughter's 10, and bro, it's different because they talking now. They're asking questions now. They're very inquisitive, and you have to be careful how you word things because we don't realize this, but women's brains never stop. They tell us, like, my brain never stops. I'm always thinking.
That's
it's like,
fact.
slow down. Turn that shit off.
That's a fact.
Like,
your grown dog.
They don't turn that shit off. And that starts from a young age. Like, my daughter's brain never turns off. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever I say, she remembers. She's told me things that she remembers since she was 4.
Don't let you promise something. Don't let you say you're going to do something.
Yo, bro,
because they will remember and hound you.
How many times women have put us on a stake for broken promises, bro?
You said you was gonna do this on X, Y, and Z. My daughter be like, Daddy, you said when you come home tomorrow, you gonna bring me a surprise. Where's my surprise?
Fam.
I said, but babe, I didn't.
You can't even say nothing. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the store.
How you gonna respond to that, bro?
Yeah, they remember that.
Daddy,
They remember
you lied.
everything. Yeah. Oh,
you lied. Don't let you lie. Like, baby, I didn't lie.
And guess what? I know
don't tell you a liar.
You don't care.
I'm not a liar. Nah, it's like, I lied. What? You calling me a liar?
Yeah, but your daughter tell you that? Matt, you know what's funny?
I don't even have that.
I know he's your stepson, but my son, when he goes, because he knows I come home and I take a nap. He goes, Daddy, you gonna take a nap tomorrow? Because we haven't wrestled in a while.
That's
and
dope.
I'm gonna play.
That's dope.
I was like, all right, I won't rest tomorrow. That day come, next day, I come home.
He's on it.
He's on it. He's making the bed. He's making the living room. We're gonna go from here. We're gonna do this, that, and the third.
And you can't even be like, yo, I will do it. And
nah.
He's ready.
Take your shower. Yeah. Take your shower. Get dressed. We get to it.
You just gotta get to it.
Even if it's 20 minutes, that's all they ask.
That's all they need.
That's all they need.
And it's crazy. You said something about they always remember things and how they perceive, how they
receive information.
Right.
Yeah. So because your words are important to them. Yeah.
We went out to dinner somewhere, right? And me and my lady were being fresh, and I said something about something about WAP. I said something about that. And then he comes like, what'd you say? What about WAP? Like, I'm like, what you know about WAP? He's like, and I'm looking at my lady like, yo, what's going on here right now?
What does he know about this?
Yo, he's older now. I'm like, yo, what do you know about WAP? He was like, I know what it is. Right. And he didn't want to say nothing. And she's like, yo, tell him what it is. He was like, yeah, WAP is, wet. And I'm like, yo, he's 10. And I'm just like, yo, what is going on here?
Dope.
What is going on?
You know why?
But I underestimated his intelligence.
Nigga, how could you not? We didn't have that. The technology.
I don't know about y'all, but at 10 I had the black box. And I had channel A and B. I was on B side like crazy.
I had black box. Like, nigga, I'm watching Spice, all this. But I never go to my parents like,
Oh no!
I didn't go to my
parents. Hell no!
Now they just too bold. It's
but
like
see, no, I prefer that.
That's why I said that's good shit.
Yeah, that lets you know what level he's on.
Right.
Exactly.
So now you can approach him differently.
I can treat him as such, and I can talk to him, and we can go about it like that.
We was on BT. You heard Poolside.
Yeah,
nigga. I hid the shit that I was watching from.
We all did back in the day. But it's different now. Now with the new generation, right? Before we get out of here, the new generation. How do y'all feel as the time is progressing, being a dad, being fathers now? How do y'all feel moving forward? Like, do y'all feel prepared for like when the kids really get into that real teenage years and all? Because how old's your daughter?
My daughter is she'll be 6 in March.
6, and your stepson is what, 10, right?
He's 10.
He's 10.
11 in
so you're getting there with him, especially now he knows what WAP is. You know what I'm saying? He knows what WAP is. My daughter knows what WAP is too, and she's 10. You know what I'm saying? So we're having these conversations. I'll say things like we talk about the whole. They ask about, oh, can I like a girl situation? Because my son likes to paint his nails too, but I paint my nails too. And my mom was like, oh, men don't paint their nails. And I was like, Mom, don't tell my son that.
Right.
Don't ever tell my son he can't do something.
Right.
Because he told her straight up, my dad paints his nails, and she rolled her eyes. Because I understand, men in our culture don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't do none of that. Paint nails, no. You don't do none of that.
Even pedicures?
Nah, you don't do that. I don't know about the pedicures, but you don't paint your nails.
Manicures, pedicures, that's
feminine stuff. That's feminine things to do, but
get your nails done.
Yeah.
Like that,
so, but I told my son, yo, I love getting my nails painted. Right. I do the all black thing, and then I just change the pinky color.
Oh, you get color.
Yeah.
Okay.
I changed the pinky.
So we're talking color. Versus
clear,
shiny.
Yeah. No, I do the black joint with the pink with the different color pinky. I always have different color pinkies. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's my little sass. You know what I'm saying? I like to be a sassy nigga.
Yo, bro, hold on. Nigga, I gotta show you a picture, bro.
That's my little sass.
I gotta see bro. That's my little sass.
Yeah, yo.
That's my little sass.
That's my little, you know what I'm saying? That's my little thing. Like, all right, cool. But my son's comfortable seeing that. You know, he loves the color pink, but he's like, Dad, I like the color pink. I'm like, that's fine. I got mad pink sweaters, mad pink shirts. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Look, let me show you Cameron. We had pink going crazy back in the day. It's okay.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And just understanding that now, especially now with your son growing up, and everything, and you have a daughter too. How are you helping mold his brain now that he knows what WAP is? Because that's a whole different mindset.
Yeah, I feel like the other day I went out and I got him his own little man bag. You know, just a little toiletry bag that had, some soaps.
Yeah.
Some deodorant, some cologne.
Not the Irish Springs and shit, though.
No, good stuff with shea butter in it.
Oh yeah.
He had his own scent, some deodorant, some cologne, just so that he can identify himself. Because I've always had a toiletry bag, something I carried around. I had all my personal items in, and I feel like coming up as a young man, that is kind of like an introduction. Like, yo, I'm coming into my own, so let me have my own.
Cleanliness
type of
is key.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just being able to smell good and. Just making sure that he understands, like, it's okay. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to like certain things. It's okay to do this. It's okay to try new things. It's okay not to try new things. And regardless of what it is, if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here. And I know how difficult it can be, living in 2 different households.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you may not feel as comfortable with me as you may feel with your biological father.
Right.
But just understanding that, yo, I'm here for you. Just as though
he's kind of. I don't know how his biological father is, but if he's kind of fortunate because he has 2 dads.
He is.
So he has 2 men that you can look up to and take certain things from them.
But that can also be a hindrance too, because
as 2 men,
because if your biological father isn't doing the things that you would want him to do, but your stepfather is, then it's just it may fuck you up too.
Right. Of course, but I feel like. Obviously, I'm not in your position. I would look at that as that's your opportunity to tell him, like, listen, people are different.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how he grew up is what he knows.
Right.
don't judge him for that. He's still doing his best.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's what most of us do. We do our best.
That's it.
As in what we know. Now, if you could do more, you don't, that's different.
Yeah.
But if you know this personality, if you know this person and they're just stuck in their ways, but they try their best to do good by you, take it for what it is. Like for me, my relationship with my dad, I take it for what it is. It ain't the best. I don't care if it's the best, none of that. I just take it for what it is. Like, I know if I reach out to him and I need help with something, he's going to give me advice on what I need help with.
Same, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be buddy with you. I'm not trying to be best friends. But at least if I know if I call you for something, you'll be able to explain this and help me out. Cool. I'm not coming to you for money, none of that. Just free advice on how to move forward with something.
I can't speak on any man's actions.
Of course.
All I can speak on is my actions because I know what I got.
But I know what
I can give, and I know what somebody can give.
I do have an issue with that, but we'll do that in a part 2 on
what
us
you mean?
men speaking on other men's issues.
Oh no, I see. Bro,
I feel like
he's totally different. I got an issue with.
I feel like we do have a rights because we do have to hold ourselves accountable.
Bro, that's
Definitely.
why I
You know
didn't butt in what you said about your dad. Like, I'm totally different with my dad. Like, you hit your dad. Like, yo, bro. Even at this point, me and my dad's just not. Seeing eye to eye, bro.
And that's fine. It happens.
You know what I'm saying? But what I got from that was, with his grandson, he's the greatest nigga ever.
You can't ask for nothing more.
The great. You know what?
Can't ask for nothing else.
We deal what we gotta deal with when we cross that
Because you're
bridge.
their kid. So your relationship is different.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's why I had to realize, like, the way my dad is with my son, he shows that nigga more love than he's ever shown me in my life.
The greatest
It's
dads
like,
in the world, bro.
And I'm not jealous. I'm just happy that at least when my son looks up to him, he sees a different person than I saw.
That took the animosity and the resentment away a
little
lot.
bit. Yeah, like, true. You're right. It's a lot. You kind of fall back a little bit.
Yo, bro, it was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like I said back, full circle, 90s, stigma. You didn't know.
Yeah.
Now we here and you get it.
Before we wrap up, right? You're starting a podcast soon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be starting a podcast. It's gonna be called The Gentleman's Club. Me and my brother Tyrone, the owner of the Dilfat, we're gonna be teaming up and starting this podcast. We're gonna just be talking about all things father, all things dad, just giving fathers an outlet to be able to come and express themselves. Similar to this conversation, just talks about our relationships, talking about our relationships with our friends, how things have changed from not being a father to how things have changed after being a father. Just connecting with other fathers and giving them the outlet to talk about their feelings, giving them the resources that they may need to help them better themselves as fathers and as family men. Just definitely look out for that in the next couple of months. It's going to be called The Gentleman's Club. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's British Bad Boy, the number 2, the letter F. Definitely look out for that.
Reggie, my guy. This man right here, we have had hours of conversations on mad levels of being a dad, just man shit and all of that. So I'm really happy that first I linked back up with you. You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple of years.
Nah, this is dope.
You know what I'm saying? So this is great that when you reached out to me and you was like, yo, I want to make a podcast about being a dad. I was like, holy shit, finally. You know what I'm saying? I told you before, I didn't want to own that mantle of being a dad and a father. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to show that.
We don't got no, like,
because
we ain't got no too much time, but with that, like, what you mean?
No, I didn't. No, it's just like I saw myself as, I'm a dad and a father, but there's no reason for me to put it out there as my main.
Because it was something that,
it was just part of my life.
Niggas take clout for it, and it's like, yo, this is what you're supposed to be doing. I got you. I got you.
I've been doing this for years.
I
don't really care about all that other shit. But I also realized after you and I had a conversation, and then you and I have been talking a lot about this, like, no, it is important for us to put this front street also.
It is.
As part of who we are.
It is.
Because they don't see it in the media game. You know how we don't show that side of us.
It's part of changing that perspective.
Exactly. Which is why I also go by Shola. Because that Shola encompasses every aspect of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you guys coming through. Reggie, I know we didn't get to everything about you and your son being in the spectrum, but me and you gonna have that convo.
Look, man,
that's a long conversation.
Yeah, and I was telling bro before we started, like, it's a lot of different aspects of my life.
Your son be
and a lot of people just pay attention to the music.
Of course, yeah, that's what you put forth for. But there's more to you than that.
It's a lot more.
Your son is nonverbal. My son has a speech impediment. He has a speech issue.
Right.
Where
he
he's
spoke
learning.
about this.
Yeah. You know
right.
He has an issue with certain words. So like he can talk fully. You know what I'm saying? Like he's full on run, like sentences, everything, but certain words he just can't pronounce. Mm-hmm. So he's in speech therapy right now. Right. So that's. At first, I thought, is my son slow? Like, oh my God. Like, my daughter's a fucking genius. And then my little nigga is, what's up? You know, right. And it takes me a lot as a man to be like, you're not embarrassing me.
But look, bro, at the end of the day, it's like, you know.
Yo, I was inside, yo.
Yo,
the
bro,
pressure was crazy.
No jokes aside, the shit really brings you there mentally.
Yeah.
It's like, yo,
stress.
Bro, it's like, what did I do wrong, or what his moms did wrong, or what my genetics or my granddad or my dad.
I blame me no
yo, bro,
like,
a lot of shit
goes into it.
It comes up, bro, and then you gotta understand, like, at the end of the day, like I told you at the beginning of this shit, you was chosen, bro. You ain't gonna put through nothing you ain't built for, nigga.
Facts.
This a fact, bro. Like, yo, bro, a nigga can't, like, when I dropped Poolside, my son was 3. My son will be 5 coming to May.
And things have
I
changed.
dropped, last year of August, yeah, he turned 4 May. He'll be 5 this year. So I dropped him when he was 4.
A lot has changed since then.
And I said, you know what? He gave me that confidence. He gave me that urge to, yo, bro, Pop, speak what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he gave me a lot, bro. Just patience and love and just being there for him as a dad, bro. And
it's different.
Knowing that even if I was his uncle and my brother had a kid that was on us, it's the same. It's like, yo, you gotta be there times 100 from
the jump.
The jump, bro.
Yeah. Let them know where they can find you.
Right. Everything. So yes, RIOTSOYES on everything. I don't add no numbers. I don't add no anything else. That's everything. Twitter. I'm on Twitter more than I've been on Instagram and Facebook. I'm on Twitter because that's why I've
get your thoughts off.
Yeah, and that's why I've blown up I've blown up on Twitter.
Okay.
So right.
Check out that Poolside.
Yeah, Poolside's out right now. Out Apple, Tidal, Spotify, SoundCloud, AudioMac.
All
it's on
GSPs,
everything,
yo.
man. Therapy sessions on the way. It's funny we having this. That's my next project is therapy sessions.
I'm looking forward to that.
You know, and Riot, Young Riot, Poolside, man. Thank you
very much, gentlemen. This has been fire.
Definitely been a pleasure.
This is just part 1. You know, I just wanted to start it off with these 2 dads here that come from 2 different worlds.
Nah, I appreciate that, bro. For this to be his first episode back. What season is this? 2?
I don't do seasons. We just
We
just keep going, baby. I don't do that. It's nothing. I come when I come. Pause.
I come. That right there deserved the pause.
That's 2 for tonight,
bro.
That's 2.
No,
That's 2. Damn.
But that one did.
I don't remember.
That one did.
Nah, but until next time,
this
guys,
is the first of the year.
This is the first of the year. This is part 1 of this dad conversation. We're gonna definitely keep it going. Y'all make sure you check out my man Kwaku's podcast out when it drops.
Yeah.
What was the name of that again?
The Gentleman's Club.
What do you think you'll be dropping that?
I'll be dropping that probably the beginning of March, mid-March.
Okay. So y'all look forward to that. These are conversations that we need to have in the city and everything because there's more going on outside of the music. There's life going on.
Way more going on.
There's life going on.
And y'all should understand that. Yeah. There's life.
And I know we're all private people, but sometimes we need an outlet to really talk to each other.
Correct.
I feel like as a culture, we don't talk to each other enough, honestly, about things that's going on. If you have friends who are dads and you see them slipping, speak up.
It's intimidating though.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck no more.
Me neither, nigga.
Because at the end of the day, the kids are the future, and if you don't take care of their minds, take care of their hearts, we're just repeating the cycle. And we need to break that cycle, and that starts with us as the parents now.
Right.
You can't make no excuses. I don't care what your situation is. There's no excuse. Figure your shit out.
Figure your shit out.
That's it. Until next time, I am Shola, and I'll catch y'all later. We out.
Peace.